But if you go and say categorically, I will not hand over power, as if the power is still in your hands. Nothing happened until recently that the Peace Council came in. And the Peace Council came in also through the back door. He didn't do it properly.
So Esiedin Kwacha was right?
100%. He was 100%, and that has now ignited this flood of concern by many. And so you see, apart from me coming out to say that no, something must be done, the Peace Council then initiated some efforts, and their attention was drawn to the fact that since the 2020 elections, since the Ayawasu by-elections, a number of things happened. Commissions were established, reports were presented, recommendations were made. There were some statements that they will be implemented, and nothing has happened. So that we are moving to another. This time, the 2024 elections is unlike the 1992 elections, or the 1996, or the 2000 elections.
Why do you say that?
It's not also like the 2004, 2008, or 2012 elections.
Why?
Neither is it like the 2016 and 2020. This is a critical election that will determine whether we are truly committed to the cause of multi-party constitutional democracy. Clearly, this election is not just about the political parties. It's about the soul of our nation. And so to have very experienced political leaders, particularly His Excellency the President, who started politics at a very early age because of his parenthood, and who was an activist in the CPP party, grew up to be the president of Kwame Nkrumah Youth Forum, and after the 1966 election, joined the United Party, Progress Party, now MPP, to come out after all that experience, a legal luminary, to say such a thing, that is inciting people to violence.
Okay.
That even if we lost the election, we will not hand over. We will do all we can to hold on to power. That is unacceptable. I was really shocked to hear that, because His Excellency the President knows that the power he's holding is not his. It's for the people, particularly the voters. And the people voted and gave him that power. Once they vote you out, then he even is ending his 8 years period. At the 6th of January 2025, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has no such power. If he orders the CDS on the 7th of January 1990 to do anything, he will not do it. Really? He has no such power, so it's just an empty boast. Brutum fulmin. He cannot. He will not have that power. It's the person that the people have now voted for that have been given the power. And the people looking at that person, not him. So either is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or His Excellency Dr.
Mahmoud Bawumia.
Mahmoud Bawumia. You just said it. What prevented him from using that same language? It's my wish that MPP should win the elections and Bawumia will take over from me. But if you go and say categorically, I will not hand over power, as if the power is still in your hands. But by that time, it's not in his hands. His Excellency knows better.
If I hear what you're saying, you were disappointed when you heard that.
Very, in fact, I was shocked. Was at least expected His Excellency to say such a thing. Brian Achampong is scarcely in Parliament. You see, that is another thing that we have to do. You see, political leadership is a different ball game. You just don't trust untried and untested hands straight from birth into leadership position. He just elected as a member of parliament and is made a cabinet minister. He has no knowledge about the public sector, about governance, about politics, and he is now going to lead the whole sector. He has never handled such power before, and therefore they think that they are the alpha and the omega. Not only him, a number of our people in politics now. You know, as they grow, they will learn that what they did were wrong. And that's one of the causes of our underdevelopment. Many countries who have made it have taken the time to evolve. And the evolution is not only about systems, it's also about human beings. You're given the opportunity to lead the country. If you want to bring up, definitely there's growth, there's replacement. We must always go with the youth. We must go with everybody, but you give them the position to grow.
John Mahama, who is leading the opposition NDC, when he said, and he said it a number of times as well, that we will make sure that this election is not stolen, and this time we are not going to court. How did you understand this comment?
The first part deals with vigilance and ensuring that the right thing is done. That this time around, what happened in 2020, where brute force was used at some stations to take away the decision of the people, we will not allow that to happen again. Which meant that there's a loss of trust in the process and in the Electoral Commission. And so if the Electoral Commission is not going to take up the mantle together with the other stakeholders, particularly the security agencies led by the Ghana Police Service to maintain law and order, the military has no business when we are doing elections to be present until law and order breaks down and they are called. We will not want to see our military moving around. They have to be at positions that they could be called to intervene when the need arises. People really don't understand the situation we are in. The Ghanaian voter can no longer be intimidated. We saw what happened in Kenya. We saw what happened in Nigeria. Ghana is not immune to it. I was a young man in Legon during the regime of President General Akeya Champon. And that was the time they brought in the MOWACs to support the police. They were blue in color. We faced the MOWACs with our bodies, not even with sticks, empty hands. Some of us were killed, but we fought and managed to turn this country to democratic Ghana. The people are not afraid of the military. How many are they in this country? How many are the people? How many bullets do they have? How many were they killed? How many of them will survive? We've seen it before from country to country. So if there's any intention of using the military to threaten and intimidate the voter, they better think twice.